I know this is an unusual way to start a video, but today I wanted to show you how I set up power over Ethernet or PoE on my PC so I can turn it on remotely. My PC has been part of my Kubernetes cluster, and sometimes I just want to turn it off or then turn it back on. Turning it off is fairly simple. I have SSH access and VNC as I showed in my previous video, but turning it back on is something that requires a little bit of coding. So today I'm going to show you how I set it up using Wake on LAN or PoE, and this is how it goes. So I'm SSH'd into my Raspberry Pi, which is running all the time, and all I have to do is run this little command, and then this PC will then turn on. So let's try it here. So I have the phone here. I'm just entering the command, and as you can see, the PC just turned on. So it will take maybe like a couple of minutes to turn on because there is dual boot enabled, and then it has to choose the operating system by default. But that's a really nice way to remotely turn your PC on, and I'll show you how exactly I set it up and how you can check if your machine is supporting this as well. Let's get started. Okay, now let me show you how I've set up this Wake on LAN or power over Ethernet. First of all, you need the PC to be on the network through LAN because Wi-Fi wouldn't work. The way Wi-Fi obviously works is through sending signals through the air, and there's no way that the Wi-Fi can be turned on while the machine is off. The only thing that stays on is I think it's through the CMOS chip, and the way this works is, first of all, you have to change a couple of things on your motherboard. So I don't want to get into that because that's going to be fairly specific to your motherboard. I can definitely show you some screenshots here that show what the options look like on my motherboard, but obviously it's going to differ in your system. The main changes I want to focus on is the changes required on the operating system itself. So I'm on Linux. That's what I'm going to show in this one. There are a lot of videos you can find online for Windows as well, or any other operating system you're using. So the first thing you need to install is this package called as ethtool. You can install it using sudo apt install ethtool. Once you do that, you can use it to essentially actually first figure out which is your Ethernet device. So you can just do ifconfig. This was the older command that I was used to, so that's what I use. But I think now it has been changed. You can instead use IPADDR, I think. Yes. So here if you see, and actually I should probably do a bat on this. So you'll see that there are a lot of devices, obviously a lot of virtual devices that I have because I have installed Kubernetes and stuff. But the first one is the loopback, the localhost stuff. And then there is my Ethernet. So here if you see, it says Ethernet. And then there's some VPN stuff, my Docker bridge, a lot of other Kubernetes stuff. But this device name will be different in your machine. So just note that down. Once you find out your device name, you can pass that into ethtool. So you can do ethtool and then just do your device name. Again, let's do bat just to have that scrolling thing. So essentially this lists out the various settings for this specific device. So as you can see, a lot of output here, but essentially what we're looking for is this Wake on LAN. So right now it's G, which means it is turned on. And let's see if there's a manual for ethtool. I've never checked that before. Let's search for Wake. So these are the settings. So here if you see, these are the settings for Wake on LAN. By default, without me changing any settings, my Wake on LAN setting was set to D, disabled. So it doesn't wake up by default, which is a good thing. But what you instead want is turn it on. So Wake on magic packet. Magic packet is essentially like there's a specific way of writing a packet and then sending it off to the network, and then that's what turns it on. You can go into networking details if you want online. There is a secure on password as well for magic packet, which is actually a really good thing to do, which I might explore later. But for now, I just wanted to be able to do a remote turn on. So I just set it to G, and that's what you saw here. So this is, if you see it now, it says G. The major problem that I found was even if you set it to G and then restart your machine, doesn't matter if you do it manually or through wake on LAN, the setting again turns back off to D. Not entirely sure why. So there's a video I saw online about how to do this through cron tab, I think. Not sure if I need sudo for this, but let's see. So they suggested add it to here, which means while the machine is going to shut down or restart, just set the value to G. But this doesn't really seem to work. Actually, I'll just comment it out as well. The reason it doesn't work is because, I mean, the setting works. The machine will actually set it to G if it shuts down safely. But I have had power outages as well, and this PC doesn't have a power backup. So the way I do it now is through a systemd command. So if I show you this code base, so again, I think I can just show it to you here. No need to open up VS Code. So this is the small little systemctl file that I created. So this is wake on LAN service. All it does is once we are online on network, I mean the network manager has turned on, we execute this command. So that means that I don't actually have to wait for the machine to shut down to run that command as I showed it to you on cron tab. So this just does it as soon as the machine boots and network is ready. The thing to note is and I had forgotten how to write systemd files. So what I did is, let me just open VS Code now. For some reason VS Code takes a lot of time to open on Linux. Not sure why. So instead, let's just open, do I have Vim? And I have Vim. So let's open the README. Wait, is the README? Oh yeah. So this is the README. So this is the prompt I used, just write a single file and a README, and then I gave it the exact command it needs to create. Oh, and the way I generated it is through GitHub Copilot, and it has agentic coding now. So it's fairly easy to talk with the agent if required. But again, it added a lot of details on how to use it, how to set it up and everything. So you need to copy the WL file to the systemd folder, and then just reload the daemon, enable it. So enable means now it's going to run next time the machine starts with systemctl, and to not having to wait for the first restart, I just started it right there, so it ran immediately. If you want to check on it, you can also do sudo systemctl status. So if I do status on vol, you'll see that it has run, and all it does is it runs the eth tool, sets it to G, and then it just closes. So it was active and then it exited because it finished its work. You can do this with other commands as well. It's fairly easy to run commands on Linux on startup and on various events. So this is a good way to do it. Now that this is done, all I need to do is run the magic packet, right? So let me open up my SSH here, and I think I'll record this as well. So now to turn on the PC, all I need to do is run the command that sends this magic packet off on the network. You can see my mobile screen here. So I'm connecting to my Raspberry Pi, and then all I need to do is use this package called as wake on LAN. So if I show you the exact command, this is it. So wake on LAN, and then I need to pass the MAC address of the PC, because MAC address is what stays constant on a router or on a network that uses DHCP. I have DHCP on, so I mean, even though I have DHCP, my PC has a static IP, but wake on LAN requires you to send in MAC address. That's a physical address of a device, right? So you do wake on LAN, and then I've saved the MAC address of my PC on here. Don't show you that. All you need to do is run this command, and then it just sends off the magic packet, and then you hope that your machine turns on. Because I have Kubernetes and I have other various things that I can see to confirm that my PC is on. Actually, now that I think about it, you can also add a systemctl service to just do an HTTP call, and I have a way to get Notion reminders as well. So I'll make a video on that. So essentially I can get notifications from my home lab over the internet through Notion, and then it shows up like a push notification on the screen. But yeah, that's pretty much it. All you need to do is send off that magic packet, and your PC will then turn on. These were the changes you have to do on Linux. I'll put a screenshot on here now to show you what it looks like on my BIOS settings. So I have an MSI motherboard. So this is what it looks like on that BIOS settings, but obviously this is going to be slightly different on your machine as well. Essentially what you need to search for is something that says maybe power on LAN, wake up on LAN, something similar along those lines. Once you find that setting, all you need to do is just turn that on. And then just boot into your machine and make these changes on your operating system, and then you should be good to go. Well, this was a quick video covering how to do power over Ethernet on my PC, but obviously you can do this on something like a Raspberry Pi as well. It has power over Ethernet. That's one of the great things about IoT devices. If you have any questions, leave a comment below and I'll be happy to help you out. Or if you have other ways of achieving similar things, happy to discuss that as well. I covered GitHub Copilot a little bit in this video on how I used it to generate systemctl files, but I've also generated larger code bases entirely out of GenAI, and it works fairly flawlessly. It's just the way you write your prompts. For example, I was just working on an infra project where I have to generate Terraform to generate pretty much a Kubernetes cluster, database, networking, all of that, and then all of that is generated through GenAI. So if you want me to cover that as well, I'll be happy to make a video on it. So hope you enjoyed it. See you in the next one.